Hello and welcome. As your consulting physician in natural health, I want to address something fundamental that occurs as we celebrate life past the age of 50, the subtle and sometimes not so subtle changes in your vision and eye comfort. Perhaps your mornings are now marked by a persistent dryness or grittiness in your eyes. Maybe the newspaper text now appears frustratingly blurry or fuzzy, demanding you hold it further away. You might also be noticing persistent dark circles beneath your eyes that seem to have set up permanent residence. These physical indicators can understandably lead to deeper concerns, perhaps the looming worry of cataracts gradually clouding your world, or the silent creeping threat of glaucoma. Tell me, when do you find your eyes are at their most strained? Is the dryness worst right upon waking, or does it worsen throughout the day? Have you noticed a difference in your night vision? While these changes are quite common with advancing age, I want to assure you they are absolutely not an unchangeable fate. I propose we explore a simple, natural approach, a gentle yet profound way to support your precious eye health, right in the comfort of your home, and crucially, one without the burden of harsh side effects. The therapeutic substance I'm referring to is castor oil. Now, before you dismiss this as merely some antiquated traditional remedy your grandmother might have mentioned, I urge you to pause and consider its truly unique nature. This oil is in fact quite exceptional. Castor oil distinguishes itself because it is not merely a surface-level emollient. It possesses a remarkable singular capacity to penetrate deeply into your skin and underlying tissues far more effectively than the majority of common oils. It's this deep-reaching action that makes it so therapeutic. Before we dive deeper into its applications, I'd be genuinely interested to know where you are joining this consultation from today. Please feel free to share your location in the comments, and don't hesitate to pose a specific question or two if something immediately sparks your curiosity. This remarkable substance is far more than an old family secret. Its unique chemical structure allows it to actively engage with your body's systems, enabling it to be highly effective at reducing inflammation and providing profound soothing relief to irritation. It doesn't simply rest on the outer layer, it truly interacts with your body. In our session today, we will meticulously examine the documented benefits of castor oil with a special focus on maintaining your eye comfort. Specifically addressing bothersome dryness, alleviating internal pressure, and perhaps even naturally and safely slowing the progression of early cataract signs while bolstering your overall vision health. We will also broaden our discussion to cover how this potent oil can support other vital systems in your body, particularly for seniors, including your digestive function, joint comfort, and essential hormonal equilibrium. By the conclusion of our time together, you will have a precise step-by-step methodology for incorporating castor oil into your self-care routine in ways that are gentle, eminently practical, and deeply rejuvenating. Let us commence by examining your eyes and the inherent changes they undergo as we mature. The human eye is equipped with two distinct sets of muscles. One set is specialized for short-range near vision, the kind you use when intensely reading a book, focusing on your smartphone screen, or threading a needle. The second set is designed for long-range distant vision, for observing a majestic mountain peak, tracking birds in flight, or simply surveying a wide-open field. Here is a critical observation regarding our current lifestyles. We are perpetually fixated on digital screens, our smartphones, tablets, laptops, and televisions. This constant up-close focusing places an enormous, unceasing demand on those short-range eye muscles. Frankly, our eyes were simply not evolved to sustain this level of daily, intense, near-focused pressure. When we habitually overwork our near-focus muscles and correspondingly neglect the distant focus muscles, a significant imbalance is created. This imbalance is the root cause of chronic strain, debilitating exhaustion. and can potentially lead to serious long-term compromise to our visual acuity. This factor is a documented contributor to the rising incidence of early-onset cataracts, chronic dry eyes, and general decline in vision afflictions, now seen in individuals as young as 30 or 40, not just in the senior population. If you truly care about protecting your eyes and restoring clear vision, naturally, take a moment to subscribe now. Each week I share gentle, natural ways to relieve eye strain, dryness, and protect your sight. However, there is a crucial element that many of us in the older demographic tend to overlook. By the time evening arrives and your mind is naturally fatigued from the day's demands, eye strain can be significantly amplified. Your brain and your visual system operate in a complex, synergistic partnership. When mental exhaustion sets in, your eyes lose their capacity to effectively recover and self-correct as they normally would. Therefore, engaging in detailed, visually demanding tasks late in the evening could be seriously jeopardizing your long-term vision health. On the other hand, strategically utilizing your vision for those intricate tasks in the morning, when your mind is thoroughly rested and sharp, can actually enhance your visual acuity. The exact same activity that causes undue strain in the evening can, when performed earlier in the day, contribute to the strengthening and maintenance of your vision. If you plan to engage in activities such as reading, knitting, tackling a crossword puzzle, or managing household finances, I strongly advise you to complete these tasks before lunchtime. Your eyes will undoubtedly thank you for this adjustment. Additionally, I have a simple yet profoundly effective prescription for you. It is highly advisable to institute a break approximately every hour, particularly when you are engaged with a digital screen. During this break, make a conscious effort to direct your gaze outdoors for at least a minute or two. Identify a faraway object, perhaps a tree, a cloud formation, or a distant hilltop, and deliberately focus your attention on it for the duration of your break. This seemingly minor practice provides your long-range visual muscles with the essential stimulation and relaxation they so desperately need. You may now be considering the practical utility of this background information, but what you ask can be done specifically for the pervasive issue of dryness. What is the therapeutic approach to those early-stage cataracts that may be developing? This is precisely where castor oil enters the discussion, playing a deeply significant and restorative role. I will now provide you with a detailed explanation of castor oil's unique effectiveness and clearly outline the practical, natural, and safe methods for its use, based on my own clinical experience to both nourish and soothe your eyes. For many of us, the mere mention of castor oil may conjure vague childhood memories, or perhaps just a passing curiosity. You might logically wonder how such a historic, simple oil could possibly assist with something as intricate and delicate as your eyes. The therapeutic secret, however, is embedded in the oil's exceptional composition. Castor oil has a unique molecular structure, being richly concentrated with ricinoleic acid. This particular fatty acid is what grants it the ability to permeate deep into your underlying tissues, far surpassing the absorption rate of most other oils you might consider. Unlike conventional eye creams or artificial drops that largely remain on the surface, castor oil truly dives inward, reaching the deeper layers where chronic inflammation and cellular damage often originate. This is why, over centuries, it has transcended its role as a simple moisturizer to become a time-tested remedy for issues affecting joint skin digestion, and yes, even your precious vision. All right, let's focus now on how this powerful oil can perform its wonders specifically for your eyes. First, consider it a gentle, nurturing embrace for the delicate skin surrounding your eyes. Your eyelids and the sensitive under-eye area are exceptionally thin and fragile, and with age, this skin tends to become thinner, drier, and far more vulnerable to irritation. A single carefully applied drop of pure castor oil on your closed eyelid, used just once or twice daily, can work wonders to soften the tissue, visibly smooth out fine lines, and effectively prevent overnight dryness. Furthermore, castor oil is a proven agent for tackling inflammation. So many age-related eye issues, including chronic dry eyes, persistent redness, under-eye puffiness, and even the initial subtle stages of cataracts are significantly worsened by low-grade simmering inflammation. The inherent anti-inflammatory capabilities of castor oil work to dramatically calm this deep-seated irritation and provide an optimal environment for your eyes to begin the process of natural healing. Third, and arguably the most fascinating aspect, is castor oil's potential impact on abnormal tissue formations, particularly cataracts. Cataracts, as you know, involve the progressive clouding of specific sections of the eye's lens. This condition develops slowly and ultimately leads to blurred vision or more significant visual impairment. I recall a conversation with a patient who had been advised to schedule surgery for her early cataracts. She felt completely unprepared for this step. "I began applying castor oil to my eyelids every single night," she shared. "After 6 months, my optometrist informed me that there had been zero progression of the cataracts and that I could comfortably wait. That was over 2 years ago." Are you wondering how to begin? The method is elegantly simple. Before you retire for the night, please ensure your hands are thoroughly clean. Take just 1 single drop of high-quality castor oil. That is truly all you need. Gently rub it between your clean fingertips, then softly smooth it over your closed eyelids. There should be no irritation, no fuss, and virtually no effort required. Consistency is key. By integrating this small ritual over time, you may find your eyes feel significantly more comfortable and refreshed each morning. Plus, here is an added advantage. While you are diligently supporting the health of your inner eye structures, you are also simultaneously performing a great service for the delicate skin surrounding them. Castor oil is naturally rich in beneficial fatty acids that actively boost collagen production and enhance elasticity. This translates into a visible reduction in fine wrinkles, diminished puffiness, and a decidedly fresher, more rested appearance. If you've ever tried any natural remedy for your eyes, or if this is your first time hearing about castor oil, I'd love to know. Share your experience or your concern in the comments below. I personally read every story, and I might feature your question in an upcoming video, so others can learn from it too. But our consultation doesn't end with the eyes. Oh no, there is so much more to uncover. Once you truly appreciate the restorative potential of castor oil, you will naturally start to explore its vast range of other systemic uses. And I can tell you the possibilities are substantial. This oil offers more than just a treatment for your vision. It is about cultivating a greater sense of well-being across your entire body, which is particularly important for seniors. You've seen how castor oil can gently and effectively support your eye health. But here is something you may not have considered: that same deeply penetrating action can work its systemic magic on other crucial parts of your body. We will begin by addressing a challenge that impacts millions of older adults on a daily basis: digestion and overall gastrointestinal comfort. It is a well-established fact that our digestive system tends to slow down as we age. You may frequently experience episodes of constipation, bloating, or an uncomfortable sluggish sensation after meals. Many seniors rely on chemical laxatives or fiber supplements, but these often serve as a temporary fix, failing to address the true underlying stagnation. A castor oil compress applied to the abdomen can profoundly improve this situation. Creating a castor oil compress is far easier than you might imagine. Obtain a soft, absorbent cotton cloth. Flannel works well, a small piece of plastic to contain the oil, and just 1 or 2 teaspoons of castor oil. Fold the cloth a few times, spread the oil evenly across the center, and place it directly on your abdomen, ideally just below your belly button. Then cover it with the plastic wrap and a towel for warmth. and allow yourself to relax for a minimum of 1 to 2 hours. You can do this while unwinding with your favorite television program or immersed in a good book. Some choose to place a hot water bottle on top to encourage deeper absorption, but your own body heat is often sufficient. The castor oil will gently seep deep into your tissues actively, working to break up internal congestion, calm inflammatory responses, and gently nudge the smooth muscles of your colon into action. It functions as a quiet, natural wake-up call for your digestive system to resume its proper rhythmic movement. I recently consulted with a woman who had endured over a decade of debilitating irritable bowel syndrome (IBS). She had exhausted numerous options, specialized diets, prescription medications, and high-dose probiotics, yet nothing provided consistent, lasting relief. She began applying a castor oil compress to her abdomen just 5 nights per week. Within a mere month, she achieved consistent, effortless bowel movements. After 3 months, her chronic abdominal pain had completely resolved. She beautifully summarized her experience. It was the first time my body felt like it was working with me instead of against me. The effectiveness of remedies that align with the body's innate rhythms is truly remarkable. Let us move on to a significant yet often under-discussed area: maintaining hormone balance, especially during and after menopause. As we advance in years, shifting hormone levels can precipitate various unwelcome challenges, including persistent fatigue, unpredictable mood swings, weight gain, sleep disturbances, and the potential development of fibroids or cysts. Applying castor oil compresses to the lower abdomen can significantly assist in supporting the lymphatic system and promoting detoxification, thereby gently relieving hormonal congestion in the reproductive organs. Next, we address a common complaint that nearly every senior encounters at some point: joint pain. The underlying cause of most joint discomforts, a chronically sore knee, a stiff shoulder, or arthritis-ridden hands, is inflammation. Castor oil, with its noted deep penetrating properties, provides tangible relief when used as a targeted topical compress or simply rubbed directly onto the affected skin. I spoke with a woman who had battled debilitating arthritis in her fingers for more than 10 years. She began using a small amount of castor oil every single night, massaging it gently into her painful knuckles before bed. After only 3 weeks, she noticed her fingers were markedly more flexible and less stiff. By 6 weeks, she was able to confidently open jars again, an everyday task she hadn't managed in years. Castor oil has also shown remarkable potential in promoting breast health, particularly for women managing post-surgical issues or struggling with cysts. When applied gently and mindfully to the breast area, it can assist in reducing fibrous tissue, working to soften lumps, and notably alleviating discomfort associated with scar tissue accumulation. You are likely wondering, what is the recommended frequency of use? I want to emphasize that consistency is of far greater significance than intensity. For the vast majority of individuals, utilizing a castor oil compress 3 to 5 times per week is sufficient to begin observing positive, measurable outcomes. Some individuals opt to use it every single night, particularly when addressing a more severe or chronic concern. Others find that using it a few times per month is adequate for simple maintenance and comfort. There is no wrong way to start. There is only your unique, intuitive method. Pay close attention to how your body responds. If you experience relief, feel a sense of ease, or notice a tangible improvement in your quality of sleep, you can be assured that you are progressing in the right direction. Let me also provide you with the method for storing and reusing your compress. This simple technique allows you to utilize the same cloth multiple times. After each application, carefully fold the compress and place it within a Ziploc bag or a tightly sealed container for storage. Keep it in a cool, dark environment. Incorporate a modest, fresh addition of new oil once a week to maintain its therapeutic potency. The same compress can typically be reused for a duration of approximately 3 to 4 weeks, depending on how often you apply it. It is absolutely crucial to remember that more quantity does not equate to better quality. A minimal amount of high-grade castor oil is exceedingly effective. Moreover, the ability to reuse your compress for an extended period significantly enhances both its affordability and ease of use. Think of this entire process as more than just a simple treatment. It is the beginning of a relationship, a genuine bond between you and your journey towards self-healing. When you dedicate the time to actively care for your body, especially with something as gentle and profoundly nurturing as this oil, you are sending your body a clear message: I am committed to your well-being, and I am in this for the long haul. This particular mindset, I believe, is a stronger, more foundational element of lasting wellness than any single product or routine. Before you go, everyone watching, I have a vital resource for you. You don't want to miss the video displaying on your screen right now. If you are over the age of 50, this information is specifically tailored for you. I've shared fascinating, in-depth insights about 4 specific fruits that can dramatically supercharge your health, and just as importantly, 4 others that you should absolutely avoid. It's filled with practical, actionable tips that could truly revolutionize your approach to daily wellness for the better. I strongly encourage you to watch this next to get the complete picture. Check it out now. Which of the conditions we discussed today, dry eyes, joint pain, or digestive issues, is the most pressing concern you would like to begin addressing with castor oil first?